Hello everybody, Big Planes here. Now before I dive too deep into this video, I want to give a shout out to an updated list of patrons over on my Patreon. So if you are supporting the channel over on Patreon, thank you for everything you do. It really means a lot to this channel, and it's one of the reasons why I'm able to actually build these planes. So let's dive straight into the update, since I know I haven't really gotten any updates within the last couple weeks. And again, the primary reason is because I've been doing so much work. So yeah, like I said, this wing is basically done. I'm going to try to get a little bit of a further shot from you. It's basically done, but there are still some areas that are being worked out, obviously, and tested, and I'm still making sure things are stable, because I want to make sure things are stable. And one of the areas, obviously, that isn't done is the wing tips. I need to order more of these pieces right here, but we'll bring those all the way out here, and it'll look great. Something that's also really good, and I'm really happy about this, is the dihedral. So you could probably tell pretty easily over there on that wing, but the tip is higher up than the base. And this plane, oops, I've got my cord tangled up on a 787. This plane actually has a pretty good dihedral. You can see it goes up, like this. It goes up. So what that means is that, unlike the last 747, there is no wing sag on this plane. It's much more structurally secure, if you will, than the last one. So that's something I'm really happy with. Hopefully I will also be able to do that with the fuselage, since my last 747 had some pretty bad fuselage sag. But the wings on this thing are way more stable than the last one. Something else that's really cool is I was actually able to mount the engines. So obviously the cables are still hanging out at the bottom here, but I was able to mount these engines, and I think the light aqua color is actually turning out really nice, and everything's all cabled in. So I will demonstrate this for you in a minute, but each one is exactly where it should be. You can clearly see the engines below it on the blueprint, so everything's proportioned correctly. Something else that's really cool is, look at this, spoilers. Now, the inboard spoilers I showed you in the last video, I believe, were not as difficult because the wing is thicker right there, so I can actually fit the mechanism that actually creates the spoilers. But the difficult spoilers to create were these, the ones further out. Now, this is sort of going to be hard to photograph since it's, or get on video because it's way out there, but you can see that I was able to actually get the spoiler designed to work, and it was quite complicated getting it to actually fit under the sliding mechanism on the flaps, but I think it actually turned out looking really well, and it does function. I will show you in an upcoming video how these spoilers function, but I did not include ailerons. I know you guys are probably wondering about that. I tried to, but I wanted to go with something a little simpler for this one. I may add them on later, but for now they're not there. And I did not include slats because that's a structural reason. I need everything up here for cable channeling. Now, speaking of cable channeling, speaking of it, everything in here is wired. So the engines, you pretty obviously see these wires hanging out. These will be hidden inside the engines. All the engines are cabled in, and the lights, the navigation lights are also. So I have a couple battery packs here. I will actually have 3 of them. I have the lights attached to the same one as one of the engines. But you can see when I turn this on, it turns on the lights. So it's broad daylight, so it might be kind of difficult to see this, but the lights do work, and that was sort of interesting. I had to run the cable all the way from that area, so that was quite a bit of cabling. Yeah, it's a lot of cabling, but those brick stuff lights did end up working out really well, and I think they blend in great. And the engines, these are controlled via a power functions remote. So when I do this, there we go. And then this. All right, that's at low speed. So again, the lighting is sort of not in the best position to show you this, but you can see there with the engine spinners that each one is on. Again, the light is not in the greatest of spots, but yeah. And like I said before, these cables will be hidden under the wing and in the engine, so they will not be visible. But all 4 engines work. The nav lights at the tip of each wing are now installed. And yeah, so most of the cabling on this is done. And I was did have enough of these metallic silver tile pieces here to bring it all the way out to the tip of the wing like this. This, I believe, was the area where you could walk the wing and not damage it. This is basically the metallic silver technique. I took that from the 707, which I sort of pioneered first. I built this one first, and that's where I got the technique. And that's where I decided I wanted to scale it up and put it on this thing. So really exciting update. I still need to get some work done on the bottom. That's what this is right here. This is just a giant sort of breastplate almost, if you will. It'll go under the bottom like this. And I'm still going to have to do some sculpting out around here. Obviously, this is where I'm going to put all the battery boxes up here at the front and all the IR receivers. You can see there are 2 of them there. But yeah, coming along really, really nicely. And my next thing I'm probably going to do after these wings, I'm going to start moving forward. So that's usually how I build planes, is I move forward. So the nose will be next. I'll probably start on that within the next couple weeks here, because I want to make sure everything on the wing is okay, because this thing is holding itself up completely by the wing box. You can see under there that the landing gear are there, but they're mounted at a 90-degree angle, which means this wing box right here is doing all the work. And these wings are incredibly heavy. So I need to make sure everything's stable and nothing's going to just randomly snap on me. And once I've made sure that's all good to go, we can start work on the fuselage and nose of the plane, which is going to be really, really fun, because I know a lot of you are looking forward to seeing how I'm going to do that. So hopefully I'll have an update for you on this coming soon, but I do want to let you guys know that I do need to investigate and make sure all of this right here is not going to randomly break on me. So that's all I really have for this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and hopefully you come back soon, and I'll have more videos up shortly. That's it. Bye for now.